Hey Cancer, thanks for checking out your love reading for March 2021. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you are sick and tired of all of us tarot readers that do nothing but love readings, you came to the right channel, you just clicked on the wrong video. So for those of you that don't know, every week I do a weekly forecast for every sign where we talk about everything except love, but this is a love reading. So if you're interested in other areas of your life, check out the weekly videos. But now we're going to look at love for March 2021 for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and of course, Venus. Let's do one more little shuffle here. Alrighty, so we're going to lay out your cards and see what is coming up, my darlings. Your first card here is the Chariot. Ooh, how very auspicious. All right. So the reason why I say that, I read a little bit differently, and I'll explain it to you here in just a moment. In general, when you're watching a tarot reading and you have major arcana cards come up, this tells us that the situation you're dealing with is directly connected to something you came here to learn, something you came here to master, something that's a very defining moment of your life, a defining chapter of your life. So there's a significant crossroads, decisions that are being made, a lot of growth that's happening. And for me in my readings, when your major arcana card comes up in a reading, it tells me that this is a situation where you are coming into your true authenticity and into your true power, okay? Like falling in love with yourself in a healthy, non-narcissistic way, but falling in love with yourself in a healthy way, being very confident. And when I'm doing a love reading or a reading between two people and your major arcana card comes up, it tells me that you have more power in the situation than you realize. So Cancer, there could be something for you in your love energy in March where you're kind of laying down the law for some of you, right? Like this is how I feel, these are my expectations, these are my deal breakers, take it or leave it kind of energy. Like if you're not cool with it, fine, I can bounce, I can go, right? So there could be a high level of confidence in that way, take it or leave it kind of energy that you're putting out there. Traditionally, the Chariot can have to do with movement, moving forward, and one of the meanings of this card when the tarot was first put together was somebody who's like going or traveling to a different city, a different place, in seeking safety or asylum, even in some cases. So there might be a situation here where Cancer, some of you are preparing to move or to travel for a relationship, or you feel like, for those of you who are in a relationship, you feel like for the relationship itself, it might be important for you all to kind of get away or get a fresh start elsewhere. Okay, maybe there's a lot of family that's coming in and intervening and causing issues or opinions, or maybe one of you or both of you kind of got up to something you shouldn't have, or maybe there's temptations there, and so you're thinking, let's go and let's kind of get a fresh start here, just us somewhere new. There could be that dynamic as well, but you're taking the lead in that. And for some of you, right, you're establishing or asserting your independence in the relationship, that healthy kind of dynamic of, okay, well, yeah, we're a team, but hey, I'm not like a codependent person here. Chariot can also indicate that it's time for you to get very clear about what you want. Those of you that you're very frustrated about manifesting, you're like, no, I've been doing the vision boarding, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. And the Chariot card can indicate, okay, well, you have to kind of take a step forward here in what you want, because we have to respect your free will. So if you've been waiting for someone to fall from the sky, or for God or universe to present this person to you and say, okay, Cancer, this is your person, you might be in a situation where you keep praying or meditating or saying, give me my soulmate, or I want love, I want soulmate. Okay, that can mean so many different things. That's like going into a restaurant and saying, I'd like some food. Okay, what kind of food would you like? I'd like a salad. okay, what kind of salad would you like, right? Especially if you're in a country where there's a lot of choices or options. I don't mean to disrespect anybody if you're in a place where things are very limited, but in some countries, some places, there's 50 different kinds of salad, and some of them don't even have vegetables in them. So, like, what does that mean, salad? Okay, so there needs to be here you getting very clear on what your ideal relationship is. What does love look like to you? Because it's different things to different people, right? There are some people, they feel like it's not worth it unless they need to be together with their partner every single second of their free time. That would drive me insane. You know, I love romance just as much as the next person, but I need space. I need space in a relationship, right? For some people, they're like, no, zero space. There can't be any space, right? And for some people, they want to have, you know, somebody who encourages them but lets them be themselves. Some people, they really want to be married. Okay, what does marriage look like to you? Some people want a companion and a partner, but they don't want it in a traditional sense. It's time for you to get clear about what love is to you and what the ideal relationship is to you. It's not enough to just say marriage or soulmate or love. What does that look like to you in the everyday life? The next card here is the Star, another major arcana card. So we know there's going to be big changes and shifts for you in the month of March, Cancer. When we have the major arcana cards coming in back to back, there's a lot of energy shifting, a lot of doors opening, a lot of crossroads. And here with the Star card, some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius. Okay, there could be an Aquarius in the mix here. Or you may be, if you have Aquarius in your chart, that area of your life may be coming into full force here in your love life, in like affecting your love life. And the Star card generally is a positive card, so I'm going to say it's coming in a positive way. But the Star card indicates that you're really healed. Okay, so for some of you, Cancer followed by the Chariot, I'm sorry, Chariot followed by the Star card is going to tell us that you are ready to move past a traumatic experience. You've had the tower moments, you've had the heartbreaks, and now you're ready to move past a traumatic experience, and you're really ready to be seen, to be appreciated, to be loved. And I feel here, Cancer, that maybe in the past in your relationships, you've kind of been uh more easygoing, and I don't want to say that you're not easygoing now, but I feel like you are coming in with a certain sense of authority, a certain sense of, like, you know, kind of taking the lead in how somebody treats you, taking the lead on what the house rules are gonna be or what the ground rules are gonna be for a relationship. But you're doing it in a loving way, you're doing it in a gentle way, you're doing it in a way that is gaining admiration and respect. Okay, and maybe, Cancer, you have felt in the past that you didn't have that in your relationships. You didn't have the respect. I feel like some of you are coming out of a cycle where you have had partners who've just really torn into you. Like, they've just been, like, when they wanted to have their way, they would get their way, or they would get what they wanted by being very, very critical of you, like not just blaming you, but you're so selfish and you don't think about anybody but you. Like this kind of energy, coming into this kind of energy with you. And you're not used to having a partner that like praises you and compliments you and lifts you up, and I'm even gonna say puts you up on a pedestal a little bit. But I feel like this is what you're manifesting now, right? Or in a relationship where there's a reconciliation, you're making it very clear to this person, like, look, if you're gonna be back in my life, like, don't think it's gonna be how it was before, because I am fine, I am ready to move on without you, right? If you want to be with me, great, but here's how it's got to be. You're not settling for less, so you're having that, I kind of call it the Ace of Cups moment, where you're turning over that karmic leaf into the positive karma. Like, now I'm ready to learn through happiness instead of learning through pain. I'm ready to have my karmic lessons come in a way that feel good instead of in a way that make me miserable and make me learn not to suffer, right? So that positive kind of reinforcement energy. Your next card here, my darlings, is the Four of Cups. Now, Four of Cups is a card that maybe people kind of see it and they get a bad rap. Because when Four of Cups comes up, it can indicate here that we're not satisfied with something. So traditionally, Four of Cups, they can say, oh, keep an open mind, be open to what's coming in, don't be quick to reject what's going on. But I don't feel that vibe for you guys. I feel Four of Cups for you guys in the way that this is a really big shifting in your energy, because you just had two major arcana cards come in. So that's a big crossroads, a big change, a big energetic upgrade. So Four of Cups is telling me that you guys maybe were manifesting on the very, very bare minimum, right? Very, very bare minimum. Like, I want a partner who doesn't cheat on me. I want a partner who doesn't steal from my bank account. I want a partner who doesn't scream at me. Yeah, those are good things to want, but that's bare minimum. That's like saying, I want to have a job where my boss pays me every week. That is bare minimum. Like that is the bare minimum. So I feel for you guys, Cancer, this Four of Cups is like, you're realizing and you're seeing where the bar should. And I always say don't say should, but in this case I'm saying should. You're seeing where in this case the bar should be raised higher, right? Like you're deserving of so much more. Okay. Rumi, the poet, the religious leader, the religious man, he wrote about divine discontentment. And divine discontentment is when we have that moment when we realize, wait a minute here, I'm a child of God. I'm a child of the universe, right? I deserve happiness. I deserve bliss. I deserve love. I deserve joy. And so it's kind of like we're like, I'm not going to put up with this anymore, right? Other people have it. Why can't I have it, right? That's this kind of energy. So in the Four of Cups for you guys, Cancer, I feel there's this awakening where not only are you in this kind of take charge, setting your boundaries kind of energy, but you're also realizing that some of these boundaries or some of your requirements, it's time to raise them higher because you deserve it, bare minimum what you've been putting out there. Some of you have been dealing with someone or with certain people that they have just been really low vibe, really, really low vibe. And you're realizing now that you've been kind of saying basically to the universe, just send me someone with common decency. Well, you deserve more than just common decency, right? You deserve some spice. You deserve some flavor. You deserve some seasoning here. You deserve to enjoy a little bit more than just the basic. Okay? None of that basic stuff for you, my darlings. Your next card here is the Nine of Swords. Some of you could be struggling with making this decision once you have the epiphany that you're wanting more, that you're deserving of more. And for some of you, it could be that somebody is being really persistent and you've made it very clear to them that you want to move on. You don't want to reconcile. You don't want them back in your life. And there could be people that are making you feel guilty about this, like, oh, Cancer, are you sure you're not going to regret this? You're no spring chicken here. Maybe you're asking for too much. Maybe you're being a little too unrealistic. Hey, the circumstances right now, people can't travel. Where are you going to meet somebody new? All of these kinds of things. And so what the Nine of Swords is saying is that you have to do what you're able to do with what you have control over. And what you don't have control over, you have to trust and give over to your higher power. Okay, some of you are feeling very frustrated in how you're going to get this new beginning, how you're going to get out of this situation. Okay, and this is a general reading. I cannot give every single person a play-by-play here and say, all right, grab your notepad, grab your pencil or pen and write this down. I can't do that, right? There could be 1,000 people that watch this, or could be 10,000 people that watch this. And so I'm not going to be able to say for every single person, this is exactly step by step what you have to do. But you can take this up in prayer. You can take this up in prayer and meditation, okay? And ask for guidance and set the intention, how can I resolve this situation as quickly and as peacefully as possible in the highest good of all involved? How can I do this in a way where nobody has to get hurt? Or or if they do get hurt, we're able to kind of part ways peacefully, amicably. I'm going to be very honest with you, Cancer. Some of you might be making decisions without telling other people, Okay, you might be preparing to leave a relationship without telling that person, or you might be preparing to move for a relationship and you're not telling people around you. And so you might have some fear around this. And again, you have to pray about it, meditate about it, and ask yourself, what can I do to ensure a happy outcome? There's only so much that we can control, right? What are some ways that you can have a safety net or a plan B? And the rest, we just have to offer up to God and just say, God, thank you for, taking care of the things that I can't control, right? If you're terrified of getting in a car accident, you can be very, very, very cautious here in how you drive. You can get good insurance. You can, look both ways before you drive through an intersection. You can be super alert. But you can't control if you're at a stoplight and someone behind you is on their phone and they go ahead and they rear end you. You don't have any control over what somebody else is doing. So those are the things that we have to hand over to the higher power. We have to hand over and ask for protection, for guidance, and if it does happen, to have faith that we're going to get through it, that we're going to find the solution. Okay? The next card here is the Page of Wands. So you're overcoming your fear here. You're overcoming your fear, maybe even coming into like a little bit of feistiness here. A Page of Wands in a love reading can sometimes indicate that we have a new love interest or a new relationship, or the relationship is coming into a new energy. And it's, to me, the Page of Wands is like adolescence energy, right? Like you feel like a teenager again, and maybe some of you, that's what you've been looking for, right? You've been looking for that bliss, you've been looking for that passion, you've been looking for that sense of excitement. And I feel, Cancer, in a nutshell, this is what's happening. A lot of you have been in relationships with people who've made you feel like a terrible person. They've made you feel like their misery, their unhappiness, it's your fault. And you've gone through the relationship like you have to make up for every pain this person has ever experienced in their life. You have to prove to them that you're the one who's different. You have to prove to them that you will never fail them. You will never let them down, right? And if they were disappointed with something, oh my gosh, to crawl out of that would take forever. And now a lot of you, either this person is realizing, because they don't want to change, they don't want to lose you, they're realizing they have to change and they're stepping it up, right? Like they're like, okay, well, I got to get it together, I got to stop being so negative, I got to give Cancer credit where credit is due, I've got to be more positive, I've got to be more independent. So they're coming into that energy because they don't want to lose you, and you guys are moving forward with these new ground rules. Or you're manifesting, some of you, a completely new person, somebody who I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like this person doesn't have a massive age difference from you. Maybe for some of you there is like a 15-year age difference or something. And hey, I always say, as long as the parties involved are consenting adults, that's all that matters, right? If you're 18, if one is 18 and one is 80, if you guys are happy, if it works for you, go for it. But as long as the parties are consenting adults of legal age, um, you know, who's to judge about an age difference? But I feel for the majority of you, this is not someone who's like a ton younger than you, but I feel this is a youthful energy, a youthful spirit. They might be a few years younger than you, or you guys might be close in age by a couple of years, but this is someone who has a very optimistic, very positive view of life, right? They may not be a fire sign, but they have that feistiness, they have that strong spirit, they have this desire to explore and to experience new things, and they're very independent. very independent. And I feel Cancer, this is a big deal for you because some of you feel like, oh gosh, I finally get to break out of the caretaker role and I get to have fun with somebody. I get to have a relationship like, you know, like we see in the like Western movies of like teenage romance, right? I say Western in terms of like, you know, uh United States, or you know, like in countries where, you know, young people maybe have a little bit more freedom. uh a lot of us grew up in cultures where we didn't have that freedom. I didn't have that freedom growing up, you know, but you might have, you know, seen like, oh my gosh, like I want that teenage love, that new love kind of feeling, the butterflies and the excitement kind of thing. And so this is what some of you are manifesting, right? Like the Katy Perry song Teenage Dream. Like you just feel like, wow, I can actually have fun with somebody. I can actually have a good time. I'm actually free to have fun. I don't have to feel guilty about being happy or having fun. So massive positive shift for you, my darlings. Be sure to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos, or even your Venus. A lot of people swear by it, that their Venus sign seems to be more accurate for them when checking out their their love readings. Some people like to watch them all and kind of take what resonates from the different readings. Keep in mind, guys, these are general, so it's not going to be 100% for every single one of you. You may want a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you guys. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Okay. And for those of you that would like to have uh, more information, deeper information on manifesting meditation, you know, be sure to let me know in the comments, because I'm going to be putting out the next podcast pretty soon. I'm hoping to have it out in the first week of March. So be sure to let me know what you guys want me to talk about, and I will talk about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, check out your weekly forecasts. Take care.